Happy New Year, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Here we all are together again. It feels like it's been 5 years.
I know it really has been a while.
Heather, it's so good to see you. Luann,
Hi, Heather.
Candace, and all the rest of y'all. Let us know where you're joining us from. We're Tiff and Jack. If you didn't know, we are Tiff and Jack, and we are the wild, wild people that are all about empath unstoppability. And I have a hi, Faruza.
Hi, Faruza.
Okay, so I have a question. I would love to have you pop into the chat. Do you notice anything different?
Hi, Merritt.
Do you notice anything different?
Really?
Yeah. Not you. I mean, you can too, but I want to know if any of you notice anything different. This is not, you're not going to be graded on this. And if it's anything mean, like, oh my God, you look so much better when you were looking so bad before, you can just keep that one to yourself.
Yeah, no rudes.
Or like, oh God, you look worse than you've ever looked.
I'm interested in what you're going to say.
Okay, our Facebook user says, hey guys, I'm lucky enough to be homesick today.
Yeah, who is this sick person? I'm so sorry.
Giving you like virtual snuggles.
It just says Facebook user. Please tell us who you are.
Yeah. This is I love this. Okay, so our live show is really fun.
Well, what's the new thing?
I'm waiting to see if anyone knows.
Nobody knows because everything looks the same.
I'm going to tell you. It's something about what you're looking at. So it's something on the screen.
Oh, I see.
It has something to do with the title. 2022 looks good on you both. Thank you. Heather, thank you. Unstoppable. Luann, you're right. Notice it's the Unstoppable Empath.
Of course it's Luann that
live
notices.
Show. Tiff and I, we just know the word that we think of when we think about our empaths. It's unstoppable. That you are unstoppable. And our goal and mission in life is to assist you in being that most unstoppable force of nature, allowing you to expand your gifts, trust yourself, live your passion, and have fun while you're doing it.
Yeah, it's all about fun,
friends.
It's
all about fun.
We're all about having fun.
Oh, it's Carla that's homesick today.
Oh, Carla, I'm sorry. Sending lots of loves towards you to get well.
Yeah. So yes, the title, it used to be
Empath.
Energized
Empath
live show.
Yeah.
I think.
It did.
Luann, is that what it was?
Luann can tell us.
But now it's all unstoppable, and we are unstoppable. And before we dive in today's whole conversation is going to be a candid conversation between Tiff, myself, and you. And we're going to be discussing mental wellness because it's such an important topic. And it's going to be a great discussion today. But before we do that, we are going to do the Rebel Deck card reading.
Oh.
Okay. So
don't you think it's funny? It comes in this like fishnet bag, like fishnet stockings.
Totally.
I need to get some of those.
You got to be a little bit wild and rambunctious in life. Is that my computer?
I don't know. It's so loud. It was going off during our podcast as well. Hi, Kelly Verstraight.
Okay, until the end of this event, focus, do not disturb has been started, which will be really helpful for us. Okay, there we go. Okay, so get your question. Merritt said the first card is for me.
Okay.
He doesn't know what it is yet, but
okay,
it's yours.
So get your question, think about it in your mind, put some good energy around it. It's your turn this time.
No,
you want me to do it again?
Yeah, it's your turn. So again, when you're thinking of your question, come up with a question such as, I'm not going to tell you the specifics, but if you say, what do I need to know about XYZ? These cards will give you a more clear answer. Is it like, should I do this or not? It may be a little harder to get your answer, but.
Or you can seriously just say, what does the universe want you to know?
You to know. That's another great way to do it. And Carrie, we missed you too. It really has been a while. I got really sick.
Yeah, really sick.
Non-COVID sick, but I had to reschedule clients for 2 weeks. I don't think I've ever had to do that before.
I don't think I've ever seen you so sick.
I was really sick. And
I made him lay downstairs and sleep on the couch.
I was just going to
say. For 3 weeks. We didn't kiss for 3 weeks. I did not get sick.
We have never not kissed for 3 weeks.
I made sure everything was always disinfected. Like, it was like. cleaning with bleach. I'm like, I am not getting sick. Angels, help me.
You
And
did
I
such
did
a good
not.
job. Such a good job of not getting sick.
But I'd always get up in the middle of the night a couple times and check
make
on
sure
them.
I'm breathing and alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I got really sick, and so we did miss a couple weeks of our show. We weren't planning on doing one the week between Christmas and New Year's because, hell, we make our own schedule, so we take the time off because time off is a good thing. It's a really good thing. Okay, Heather's got a really good question. This is awesome.
Good.
Hi, Alice. Hi, Leona.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe it.
I am. I'm going to believe it.
Look.
Oh my God. Okay. So she pulled the same card twice. This one too. These two obviously were your cards both times.
Well, okay.
Whoa.
This is what I mean is because I shuffled the deck after we did our podcast because I did the same question. And now I pulled two of the three cards after I shuffled the deck for this as well.
Crazy.
The universe is obviously serious about these two things for me.
Yeah.
So, and for you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we're going to go through the...
Okay, and I have to say what my question is. Sorry.
Please do.
It is, what does the universe want me to know today? That's my question.
Okay, so your question, all of you listeners, get your question lined up. Okay, the first answer, card number 1. You think someone is lying. They are.
Oh, shoot.
I always hate
Sorry,
that.
Whoever that is, fess up. We want to know so we can support you.
Card number 2, triple $sign. Make it rain, baby.
That one's for me.
Make it rain.
And so's the other one, I think.
God, oh, yeah. I love that. And then the last third card is you are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Okay. Card number 1, you think someone is lying. They are. Oh, sorry. Card number 2, triple $sign. Make it rain. Card number 3, you are talented, amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. There you go. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Okay. Whoever wants to share what card was for them. And even if you want to share your question.
Yeah, you can share your question
too.
Go
for it.
Babs, card 1 and 3.
Ooh.
Luann, 2 and 3. Number 3 for me, Facebook user. We recognize you. We see you. Heather, 3rd for sure is mine. Okay.
Good.
Okay. So there you go. There's your card reading for today. 3rd card, because I want to be a narcissist for today. Why would that make you a narcissist?
Whatever.
Seriously. Shardy, the last one is for me. Get off your butt. It's my translation. Kelly for straight, all 3 worked.
Great.
Yeah. Lisa, all of them. Feruza, number 3.
Excellent.
3rd's mine. Okay, this is awesome. It's really fun. So today, the live show is interactive. It's why we do a podcast.
I like it.
I do too. It's fun. We do a podcast and we do the live show. Podcast is podcast, right? It's fun. It's great. You can pop it in your ears and go. The live show is where we get to see your faces, see your comments. For us, we get to see all the comments. But because we're streaming into 6 different places on Facebook, we stream in both of our private pages. We stream in our Connected Empath Facebook group. We stream in our Tiff and Jack business page, and we stream on YouTube.
Yep.
And so we're all over, and we get to see all the comments. Some of you may not see anyone's, so we'll always repeat them back so you can hear what's going on. So don't be afraid to engage with us here. This is what this is all about today. And the topic for today is mental wellness, because there's nothing more important than
staying mentally well.
Mentally well. You know, mentally and emotionally well. When you're mentally well, you're emotionally going to feel a lot better too. Right? So
it's so good to be back, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing your podcast and you're in your room with your microphone and you're talking and you know people are going to hear it, but they're not hearing it at that moment. It feels, the energy is so much more different than these live shows. And I just love the live shows because I just feel enlivened by all of your energy. And we're so grateful that you're here and you're willing to take time to listen to what we're talking about. And we have missed you as well. Many people are like, oh, we've missed the show. And we really do appreciate you. And as empaths, it's so great to be with like-minded people. So thank you so much for being here.
Ah, that was nice.
So first of all, I'd like to share, and this is just a little goodie. I found a new favorite snack last year in 2021. It's so good. And I had this little snack today. So I'm going to show you what it is so you can get it if you want to try it.
She's not going to eat it on the air, though, because it's really loud.
Organic cauliflower bites. I know this is like a commercial. These are delicious. And if you buy them and eat them, you'll be addicted like I am. And the also the broccoli.
Okay, so now I'm going to take it to the next level so we can make it almost 3D. I guess. Okay, here we go.
Are you going to eat one?
I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like.
Whoa.
I'll give you a smell. Oh, you can't smell the rain. This is what it looks like.
You guys, they are so delicious.
They're so good.
There's only one thing that I have to warn you about is once you start eating them, it's hard not to eat the entire bag. I mean, there's not very much in there. It is cauliflower that has been dehydrated. So there's probably a good 2 heads of cauliflower. You have to remember.
It grows.
It grows in your stomach. And I have eaten a bag twice. And then I pay a very nasty price for that because it expands in my stomach and I feel super sick because I overdid it, which is my MO. I overdo most everything. So if you do get them, they're delicious and you can get them from Costco. They're $6.99 a bag at Costco here in Salt Lake City. I don't know if Costco, I don't even know if you know what Costco is, but it's the store. I've tried to order them on Amazon and it's $12.99 a bag. And I'm like, I'm going to Costco.
Okay.
I might do it though, since I don't want to go out into stores right now.
I just have to read a little bit of the marketing because I read when I was reading it, I'm like, this reminds me of what we're doing with our empaths. Okay, listen to this.
See, this is meant for you.
Do we put pressure on our cauliflower snacks, aka empaths, to be the best that they can be? Yes, we do, but not too much. We apply just enough heat and pressure to ensure that you're packed full of vital nutrients and crunchiness that you crave.
You're so ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great year, you guys. It's going to be a great year. We got some amazing laughter to have together. And I've got to get the cauliflowers out of my teeth.
I know. I thought you were quite brave to do that.
Well,
because
they're so ridiculously crunchy.
And they're so delicious. The flavor is like unbelievable.
If she eats them while we're watching TV, I literally have to turn the TV all the way up.
I can't hear.
Or have her pause the movie. Because they're louder than anything.
Here you go, Kelly. Organic cauliflower bites from Rhythm, which I love the name.
And they're keto. If you're a keto person, they're
keto friendly. That's not why I buy them, because I don't do keto, because I like all range of food. But this is such a great snack. Oh,
it's delicious.
Love my bites. Okay.
So we hope you had a really wonderful holiday. And if you didn't, here's to having a wonderful day.
And here's to having a wonderful new year. And this is why we wanted to talk about mental wellness, because there's a lot of things that Jack and I do to have mental wellness. We have to have mental wellness because we're either doing a podcast or a live show or seeing a private client or working with students or teaching classes. If we don't feel well, all the empaths are going to pick it up.
We're screwed. And so are you.
It doesn't work. So there's some very specific things that we have formulated to take care of our sensitivity, to build a life around our sensitivity, I should say. And so this is just really important. We want you to have the freedom, know that you have the freedom to create a life that is conducive to your sensitivity. Now, everyone's going to have something different. I have a very specific way I do things, and so does Jack. Do you want to start sharing a little bit about, I know that in our podcast, we had talked about, what are you working on this new year? This new year, we don't ever do resolutions, because resolution simply means you're resolving something. So you're resolving a problem. And we don't feel like life's about a resolution. We feel like it's about intention. So we set our intentions for the year of what we want to create in our life that we don't have right now. So Jack was just sharing, and it was very moving. I think it's very applicable to our talk today. If you want to share what the first thing on your list.
Yeah, the first thing on my list is that gives me mental wellness, a good state of mind, is that I realize and understand that my thoughts create my feeling world, right? Our thoughts always come first, then our feelings come after. And one of my big ahas right now, just this week, was why I've been running like a beast.
Like a demon.
Like, honestly, since I was a little tiny kid, I've been running faster than my legs can carry me. Literally.
True.
And as I was doing my inquiry and taking myself through our thought tracker and really getting very, very clear on what's going on in my inner world, I made the recognition and the connection that when my dad died when I was 11, I didn't know how to feel my feelings at all. It was tragic, traumatic, horrific, all those things. And I was not equipped in any way, shape, or form to process that level of pain, sadness, grief, upset. And I didn't know what else to do. And my family's not a strong feel your feelings kind of culture that I was raised in. So I just got really busy. I just got busy as I can be. And I'm a doer anyway by nature. I love to do. It feels really good. But man, I have taken it to the extreme and exhausted myself. And that's on me, because it's not like I have, and I get to set my own schedule. I don't have anyone that tells me when to be at work. I don't have anyone that tells me when to go home. But when I'm working steady, 14, 15-hour days, I'm exhausted. And I get home and I'm exhausted. And so I just made the recognition and put it all together that because I didn't want to feel my feelings, I was scared to death of the pain. I didn't know what to do with it, that I started running. So one of my greatest tickets to mental wellness today in my life is the fact that I know that my thoughts are creating my world. And all I have to do is get quiet and with myself so that I can really figure out what's going on in this person. And that is my fast path to wellness. It's what supports me at the highest level. Now, today Tiff and I are talking about mental wellness, and we understand you as an empath. We get it. We know how much energy you process in a day. We know that you're a deep thinker and a deep feeler, and you're looking for ways every day to feel good, to feel better, to, feel emotionally and mentally strong. And the first thing we want to remind you of is that it's never going to be 100% of the time. So if you're pushing towards feeling good all the time, we're just going to gently give you the nudge and say, it's not going to be all the time. But you know what? 50-50, 50% of the time, you're probably going to feel pretty damn good. And 50%, you may feel like crap. And you're not doing anything
blah,
wrong.
Or, any of those other emotions other than just like fantastic.
Like you're on top of the world,
Yeah.
And so I think that's a really important thing to remember, instead of being so hard on yourself about like, why am I, I should be happy. I had such a great day yesterday. Why is today feeling yucky?
Right.
It's like, it's okay. Let's just, get up, take care, do your self-inquiry, pay attention to what's going on in your head, write your thoughts out, get them all on a paper and see where you're at.
Totally.
Right.
Yep.
So mental wellness to me is synonymous with knowing that my thoughts create my feelings that create my behavior.
And that keeps you feeling mentally well.
It keeps me in the driver's seat. So when I'm not feeling that great, that's a great time for me that day or the next day when I'm doing my morning writing, where I just fill up one page of just brain dump. That's what we call it in our group. And fill up that page, and it's self-inquiry. It's like me getting to know myself, and my relationship with me is the most important one I've got.
And would you say that the reason you were so busy is so that you didn't have to feel
100%,
or
I was so scared of my feelings, especially my upset feelings, my sad feelings, my pained feelings. I was so scared to feel. I didn't know what to do. I thought I would drown in it. And when someone that you love dies, you do drown in it for a little while. You
Yeah.
just do. That's the way to honor the love and the depth and the missing of that person. But if you don't have somebody there as a kid to say, hey, it's going to be okay, you just have to feel those feelings. How do you feel? What's going on? Or you as an adult give yourself your own that grace. It's like, it's okay. How do you feel?
Right.
How are you doing?
So, to all of our viewers out there, we would love you to share in the strand things that you do that make you feel mentally well. Just start dumping them out. The reason that we have you do this is so that you can share ideas with other people, because, we all come from a different background, different conditioning, different belief systems. And I always love to hear what others are doing because it gives you ideas. It's like, oh, well, maybe that would work for me. And then you can try something. One of the, probably my number one feel mentally well activity is, I have two. One is rest. I have to rest. And I really understood the value of rest when I got my brain injury almost 2 years ago and almost died. There was absolutely no option. I had to rest more than I've ever rested. In fact, I had to spend most of my time resting for about a year. Oh my gosh. And if anyone knows me, I have so much energy and I just want to be up and doing things. And I plan things, I do things, and I learned the value of rest. And so now I rest every day a little bit here and there. I used to have to take 2 naps when I started getting better, then 1 nap. And I don't always have to, but yesterday I had to rest. I'm still not completely healed from my brain injury, but I'm like so close. Every now and then I have a little flare up of some symptoms and I have to rest. That's my brain saying, okay, it's time for you to like take it down a notch and rest. So that's one of those things that I absolutely do. And I know all of you empaths out there need more rest. It doesn't mean you're like zonked out and completely sleeping. It just means doing something that makes you feel restful and not like excitable. Okay. It's just like sit down and quiet or lay down in your bed and just read a book or something that doesn't stimulate you into excitement, because that will wear you out.
Isn't it Elaine Aron?
Yes.
Who was one of the lead
Dr. Elaine Aron
researchers on highly sensitive people,
Mm-hmm.
said that you need 8 hours of time in your bed.
Yes.
She didn't say asleep.
Yeah, she didn't say, oh, you have to be asleep, but you need 8 hours a day
of time resting, laying down.
And I definitely have that.
And 2 hours of free think time.
Yeah, where you just are thinking whatever. And I have that.
Right.
I have definitely taken the opportunity to stand up for myself and create a life that is conducive to this. People would probably be very amazed at how restful I am. The second thing that I do that gives me well-being is I refuse to rush.
Amen.
No.
So I've been the opposite of that equation.
I know. So when he's rushy, I'm like, go to the other house.
Go away.
Go to the other house and be rushy over there.
Away.
Our offices are in a historic home in Salt Lake City. So he gets to do his rushy thing, but that's changing right now.
It really is.
The rushing part of Jack is part of his intention this year and getting present. And I'm really excited because he's changed his schedule to work a lot less. And it's awesome.
Okay, so are you ready for me to share some of these awesome shares in the thread? And this is a great place for you to jot some notes down for some great ideas, right? So we have, let me go all the way back up here, long walks in nature, Epsom salt candle lit baths.
Nice.
Journal my gratitudes.
Nice.
Big hugs. Epsom salt bath, I think I said that, or long walks. Okay, what makes me feel well is music. One of you says I smoke drugs. That works for me. Really cheers me up. Great. Heather said running, riding. Jack's go with the flow meditation. Nice. Bathing. Good. Eating nutritious food, exercise, dancing, going on long drives, hypnosis, sleep.
Nice.
Daily finding one joy moment. Yoga, meditation, Epsom salt baths, bubble baths, nature, being in love with your bed.
Totally.
Refurbishing furniture.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to paint. I feel it's my therapy and takes away my pain. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I try something new at least once a week, either a new food, a new nail or color makeup, etc. Awesome. Call my kids, cook my favorite food, taking me days, rest, napping every day, painting, going to the lake, listening to music, resting, writing poetry or journaling. Big bodies of water. Rita says, all I do now is rest. God bless to you.
I
Sending
feel
you
ya.
snuggles. I rest when I need to. I don't listen to one type of music. I take turns listening to different genres. Bab says she's like Tiff. She moves on purpose.
Yeah.
New clothes.
I love that one. Me too.
Singing,
Merritt.
shopping, designing and creating.
Good, you guys.
Walking up the mountain, Epsom salt bath.
Isn't this a great place to go to get ideas of like, ooh, that sounds so nice. It doesn't feel good to read all of this.
Drawing while I'm laying in bed. Not feeling guilty because I do hypnosis and then I take time to nourish my body with things I enjoy.
Nice.
Bravo.
Yes.
And all of these things bring more mental wellness into your day. And when you're feeling mentally like you've got a good foundation, you can handle the bumps in the road a little bit easier.
Yeah. So if I were to give anyone any input, I mean, I have lots of rituals and things I do every single day. I don't move slow. I just move on purpose. I plan everything in advance. If anyone knows me, my calendar is booked out in some ways for a year, and like social events and the social calendar is usually when there's not a pandemic is booked out about 3 months in advance. People that know if they want to spend any time, we are very, very booked out, and we do this on purpose so that we don't have to try and fit things in and rush and get scattered and ungrounded. I can't stand the feeling of being ungrounded and scattered. I can't stand it. But when you plan your life on purpose, sometimes you can't fit certain things in, and that's okay. And this is how I choose to show up in my life, is like planning things so that I don't have to rush. I mean, I start planning and getting ready for Christmas in September. I had all my Christmas shopping done, about 70 or 80% of it in September, so that I didn't feel pressured during, November and December. I don't like that feeling of having to rush and figure things out last minute. So I'm a big planner. And also because my sleep is very disruptive. When I had my brain injury, it was really interesting because I would finally, when I could sleep, I would sleep all night long and get up at 6 and stay up all day. And that's all that I ever wanted. But now my rhythm is back to normal because my brain's pretty much healed. And so I have a first and second sleep. And typically I wake up between 3:30 and 4 or 5:30. And then I do a lot of my rest and relaxation, my free thought time. Sometimes I read or study or just do a million different things in the quiet of the night. And then at about 7, I get very, very tired again. And then I get my deepest sleep from 7 to about 10 or 10:30. And then I have time to get up and gradually get ready for the day. I shower and do my hair and makeup every day, and that takes a good amount of time. And I also like to do breathing and stretching and really set clear intentions for my day. And I'm all by myself doing this. And then I start seeing clients at 1:00. And I work into the evening on the days that I work. And on Tuesdays, I take a complete and total day off of work for self-care, where I'm doing things that I like to do for myself, setting appointments to keep my body in check or my health or beauty or whatever. That's the day that I do those things. And then Friday is the day that I celebrate Jack and I. And I always tell people this, like, well, what's the first thing that you would tell someone to do? And I would say, celebrate every single thing that you can, because life is meant to be a celebration. And some people are like, I've never even thought of that. And you were not a big celebrator.
No.
And I celebrate everything.
I like me a good party, but
Really?
I just never planned it. I'm married to the party planner, so that just works great. And I think honestly, my need to rush through life and get the race finished so I can finally rest the way I've lived, a lot of my life precluded me being able to really celebrate on purpose because I was always in a hurry to
you do really good at celebrating our date day.
Yeah.
Because, we have date day, date
True.
night. It's an entire day of celebrating Jack and I. And literally for 15 years, nothing gets in the way unless we're in the hospital or one of our kids is sick and there's an emergency. And our kids know it. They're like, yeah, this is mom and dad's date day and date night. And we just spend a day totally focused on each other.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that day. Okay, we have a question. How do you know if it's a mental health issue or a retrograde Cosmo thing?
Anytime you feel any kind of stress, you're going to have a mental health issue. It doesn't mean mental illness. Mental illness is where your brain is not working like it's supposed to, and so it's creating some brain problems. Mental health is just how you feel mentally. So the cosmos can interfere with your mental health. And that's when you're going to have to incorporate a little bit more than maybe what you would do. You have to pay attention to your rhythms. So you can have cosmic rhythms you're sensitive to. Oh my gosh, 3 days and 3 days before and 3 days after the moon cycle, I have a very different experience. I also have hormonal rhythms. I have seasonal rhythms and I have daily rhythms. So I have to pay attention to those and design a life around that.
And sometimes you have to lay low.
Yeah.
If you know that you're in the middle of one of your cycles, right? Or hitting one of your rhythms, sometimes you have to lay low.
Yeah.
When retrograde, which does begin here on the 13th or 14th. Yeah.
14th.
On the 14th of January, we'll go into another Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, because we're in a Venus retrograde right now, which is all about relationship.
Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, sometimes you're not going to be feeling that great. And that's when it's really going to be important for you to do those things. Take that bath, spend some time out in nature, really be on purpose with the things that you're choosing to do for yourself that will help alleviate and give you a little more balance when we're being drugged down cosmologically.
Yeah. So the other day I had a really interesting experience with Jack. We had been on vacation together. We had a week off for Christmas because I have to take that week off to get everything done I need to do without rushing. That's why I do that. And then the week after, just to get ready for the new year and just relax because I also need that. So does Jack. And it was, I think, a couple days before we got back in the saddle with everything. And I was starting to get kind of anxious at night and, feeling weird, just kind of like, ugh. And Jack said, babe, you haven't had any alone time for 2 weeks. I've been in your space the whole time. And I'm like, that's true. And I really enjoy his company. So it doesn't occur to me that, I need Jack to go do his thing and I'll do my thing. So he says, I think you just need some time. And I was like, oh, you're probably right. So I came upstairs and laid in bed with my recipe book and read my recipe book, talked to a couple of friends online, took a long Epsom salt bath and did some, body self-care that I needed to get done and all of that kind of stuff. And I literally felt so much better. So that was a really interesting thing because it doesn't naturally come to me that I need alone time because I'm such a extrovert type of person. I love my time with Jack so much. And it isn't that, I'm so tired of you, I need a break. It's that, I need some alone time to just kind of recalibrate. So these are things to think about as you're creating mental wellness for this next year. And try new things. Just try some things that you haven't done before, but no one's going to do it for you. I happen to have a husband that's like, hey, I have an idea. Maybe you need some alone time, but that's a pretty rare thing. Spouses don't usually say those kinds of things. So typically you're going to have to figure this one out and you're going to have to stand up for yourself and be well because people aren't thinking about other people typically. Empaths do sometimes, but really everything really is about us. We're pretty self-centered creatures in the human condition. And so you have to do this for yourself.
Jolene said, why is it that when I need to do my self-care the most, I don't feel like it? I'll tell you why. It's because you now have an opportunity to actually put yourself first and do something that you know is going to make you feel better. It's like you have the opposition to give you an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're like, I will do what I know makes me feel better because it's for me. This
Mhm.
is, it's like if we think that everything's just going to like fall into our laps and then we can just do it that way and we don't have to have any discomfort or it doesn't. It's when we're feeling a little uncomfortable and we make a decision in our own behalf for our mental wellness that's going to make all the difference. And we do it anyway because we know what it will give us.
Yeah, and Jolene, you're like, maybe I'm just lazy.
No.
This isn't about lazy. I mean, lazy is just one of those terms that people have created a definition because they look at other people and other people aren't doing things the way that they think they should. So people will call someone lazy or a number of other definitions. And the truth is sometimes we put things off because we are worried ourselves of how other people will respond to us. And this is an epidemic with empaths because we don't want to upset other people, because if people are upset about something about us, then we're going to feel bad. When I say that everything is about us, there's no way to come to this human condition in a body and forget who we really are and not be centered in self. Every decision we make is to benefit ourselves. And you can argue with me and I can have a private conversation with me and I will prove to you why this is accurate. But this is about us taking care of things in a fulfilling way instead of a self-defeating way so that we feel okay. It's okay for us to say, I really love you and I need some alone time, or I would really like to help with this thing, but I have other plans. Like I have some self-care that I have to do. You don't have to tell people that. You can just say I have an appointment. But it's really important for you to be able to take care of yourself so that you do have the energy when you decide to help another person or do something that isn't just completely about you, that you have the energy to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to feel mentally stable or well. And you literally can think, am I mentally ill? When really it's just a lack of taking care of self and having that mental wellness, if that makes sense.
Okay, so babe, how would you answer Shardy? She said, what do you do when you're so tired you haven't the energy to do anything, even read?
That's rest.
Lay down and close your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we're talking science, let me just share this with you. Your nervous system can get pretty zapped after a year after a year after a year of pushing yourself. That's why I don't push myself anymore. I mean, I push myself in competition with my own self to do better with things. But if I am so tired that I can't even read, it's time for a nap. I was telling Jack this morning because I got up at 3 last night and did a few things that I needed to get done here in my office. And then he was talking to me this morning. I think I just zonked out, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't get up until 11, which I usually don't sleep that long, but I always know when I do that, I needed the extra rest. So I had to get up and get ready for our podcast and this show. And I had to move a little faster than I like. So next time I'm like, I'm going to set my alarm, but I needed extra sleep. And cosmically, when things change, you'll notice that you'll need more sleep.
Yep.
If you're getting ready for all the women out there right before your period, you're going to need extra rest. If you are too tired to do anything for yourself, resting and sleeping is doing something for yourself. You're just recalibrating and resting the GABA part of your brain so it can recalibrate so you have the energy to do other things when you get up. And if people don't understand it, tough shit. That's what I say.
That is what she says.
Because, no one's going to take care of us like we can take care of ourselves.
It's not their
It would be
responsibility.
nice, but it's just not their job.
It isn't.
It's our job. And I get super feisty when I hear people say over and over, well, my husband won't let me do this, or he'll be upset, or this. And I'm like, tough shit. Like, I can guarantee you that you'll be spending time doing things to make his life comfortable or the kids' life comfortable. You have to put yourself at the table. And in order for you to feel well, if you're not feeling well, you won't be able to do anything in your family or with your friends. So you have to do this yourself. No one's going to give it to you. And if they don't like it, tough shit. With love. And I mean that seriously, with love.
You do. Yeah.
Okay. Did we get all the questions answered?
We got all the questions answered.
Is there anything else you wanted to share?
No. I mean, just make sure and celebrate Like think about 2021 and make a list of all the things that you overcame, that you did well, that you're proud of, that you're like even just surviving a year and being alive and finding yourself at this point rather than at the beginning of this last year. You know, if it was a tough year, look at all the things you've come over or come through, or you're in process of coming through, where you stand today, and realize that where you're going tomorrow is up to you. No one else gets to determine that. Nobody.
Yeah. I just want to say this again. Your mental well-being is going to be different than anyone else's. So pay attention. You know, when I was having my brain injury, I could not do anything for a year. It took me a year and a half to be able to walk a half a block because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk because of my muscles, and I had zero energy. I was literally incapacitated compared to everyone else around me, even my spouse. Everyone was living their life, and I'm like, am I ever going to be okay again? But I just knew if I would stay the course so that I could get well and rest and rest and rest, I would get better. And little by little, I got better. And it took a long time for me. And I'm still not up. I still couldn't go to the gym. I used to go to the gym and walk for 40 minutes a day. I still can't do that. But it's going to get there. We just have to be really patient with ourselves and recognize wherever we are in our life. If you're dealing with health problems, if you're dealing with fibromyalgia, if you're dealing with depression, you have to take all those things into consideration and just celebrate a little bit at a time and design a life that is conducive to where you are. Because as you do that, things will improve. Okay. I promise you. What you doing over there?
I'm reading.
Oh.
Linda said, thank you, Tiff and Jack. I'm celebrating me tonight, having fun with friends. Good. And Heather,
Great.
you are unstoppable. There's
Absolutely.
no question. So this is the beginning of a really beautiful year that we're all going to share. Luann, I want to see what you said. I know this feeling. I found out, Luann says, I know this feeling. I found out that when I asked the universe to help me raise my vibration, that without thinking about it, one time I'll turn on music, another time I'll find something on Netflix and watch for a while.
Yes.
Or maybe I'll play a game or look at Facebook. It's never the same thing. Sometimes I even just found myself straightening things in each room, like a yo-yo feeling. I never know why I started doing it, except somehow it raises my vibration and doesn't always make sense.
That's perfect. Thanks for sharing
Leona,
that,
thank you, Luann. And Leona, thank you. She said this was a wonderful show. Thanks, Tiff and Jack. Rita, we love you. Thank you, Tiff and Jack. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. That means a lot. If any of you are curious, you hear us talk about the work that we do, the coaching work that we do. Well, Thrive is our empath group. It is, this year it's Thrive 2022, and it is jam-packed. If you're an empath that wants to expand your spiritual gifts, or just learn to trust yourself more, or design and then live your dream life because you can get rid of the limiting beliefs that are slowing you down, we need to have a conversation about joining Thrive. We would welcome you with huge open arms. We have Thrive members on with us today as well, and it's a joyful existence. And our goal and intention is to assist you in your unstoppable life so you can live it filled with power and purpose and passion and have fun while you're doing it. Right?
Amen.
Amen. So if you are curious, the invitation, go buy your cauliflower snacks.
Go buy this because I'm getting excited to open up and start eating it. Since I haven't eaten today, I'm like, come on.
Right. So if you're wanting to find out about Thrive, find me on Facebook. Okay. Find me on Messenger, find Tiff, send us a message, and we'll have a little chit chat. It'll be fun. We love you. We'll be back next week, sending you the biggest, loudest hug of your life.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Have a beautiful day. Love you.